Now that's a cup of Joe.
What is going on, everybody? This is AFZ in the Morning Magic's number one morning magic news show, I guess. Today we are not drinking cocktails, we're drinking coffee, just as classy as a cocktail. It's the morning cocktail, Barista's basically a bartender, so cheers, everybody. I'm just drinking black coffee because it's what I do. And let's talk about these new, juicy, new Streets of Capenna spoilers that we just got. Cheers. Alrighty, so we didn't get much. We got some lands, and we got some more lands, and then we got one new card. So we're just going to go over them real quick, mainly because it was late last night when I saw them for the first time, got my butt kicked by some Elden Ring bosses, and, I woke up this morning, it's like, you know what? I need to talk about something that'll make me happy. I don't want to think about Elden Ring anymore. I just get so frustrated. So here we are talking about Magic. These lands, I love them. I love this new art style they're going with. It totally fits my idea of whatever some kind of fantasy mobster, set would look like. And it's checking all the boxes for me. They're super cool. I'm just going to be going over them on my phone, talking about what I think about them, and I'll put pictures up so you can follow along. Alrighty, so we got all the basic lands kind of revealed. These lands are all pretty sweet. I have a couple gripes with some of them, but basically, more or less, they kind of have this theme of you got one super geometric, really stylized artwork, and another one that kind of is like your to be expected magic kind of fantasy artwork. That being said, they're all cool. They're all super amazing pieces of art, and I'm just going to talk about a couple of them. I love, in particular, this plains and the mountain and forest. I'll put them up on the screen. These three are so cool. The way that they're just so vertical, so strikingly graphic. The light sources on them all coming out of nowhere. They're just really beautiful pieces of artwork. They all remind me of one of our friends on our Discord said it reminded them of a Metropolis, old school like black and white film. It reminds me of like Blade Runner and of like the book that Blade Runner was based upon. Do androids sheep dream or something like that? When you're not necessarily watching Blade Runner, but when you're reading the book, this is like the imagery that I was thinking of. Also kind of like that. I think there's like a weird Great Gatsby film that has like this kind of art kind of going on in it. But anyways, this kind of stuff is so like interesting. I wish that you could go back in time and live in this time period. I've been playing Deathloop recently, and a lot of the artwork in that game kind of reminds me of these kind of art pieces, and I just really like that kind of stuff. I could see maybe people not liking it. If you like Magic for its fantasy art, that's not the fantasy that you're thinking of. So I could definitely see people not being stoked. But then you get these other lands. The islands are all pretty Magic-esque, if you will. These swamps. The swamps, I mean, you could put some blood on the floor, put some green goop in it. Everybody's going to be like, oh, it's a cool swamp. All right, cool. Yeah, the one that stands out the most to me is this, like, hellish mountain. It looks like a, like, death metal band cover. I could see, like, you put some skulls and a little bit blood in there. It's a Slayer album, It's just what it is. It reminds me a lot of the South of Heaven cover art for some reason, but anyways, moving on. We got these symbols for all the different, I don't know what you call them, guilds, families, crime families. I'm not exactly sure what the story is going on in New Capenna, but you kind of have their little set symbols there, and they have them stylized as if they're going to be like the mythic symbol of the set or something for them, and I hope they don't do that. It just seems like it'd be very confusing. Hopefully they just print them in like the text boxes like they have in the past, which they also do in the triomes, but did I just say triomes? That's right. Coming up is the triomes that they're going to be finishing off. I think finishing off, I don't know. This is the only thing I've ever called of any set. I said, New Capenna is going to finish the triomes. It's the only thing I've ever said. I've never made a guess about any other set of what's going to be in it, what's coming out. 100% guess ratio. So, I'm a genius. I can read the future. I saw through it. Yeah, we got the triomes coming back. Wish they kept to the name triomes, but they got some different names in these ones. We got Jedimir's Garden, Raffine's Tower, Spara's Headquarters, Xander's Lounge, and Ziatora's Proving Ground. I really like the lounge, and I really like the garden. I think they look really cool. Now, they have two different alternate arts on these, and we'll go over those in a second. I really like the original ones because it gives you a nice little glimpse into whoever these people are and that they're talking about. I assume they're going to be the leaders of these crime families, and I assume they're going to be legendary creatures that we're going to be able to play with. And, I think that these lands are going to be reflective of these characters, You see the lounge and the Jedimir's Garden, and, people are lounging about. They're having a good time. Seems like a very relaxed family, as opposed to Raffine's Tower, where they're in this, really dark, metallic kind of tower, where it looks like they're very much more serious and somber. They got important work to do. Same with Xander's Lounge. That one's really cool. Kind of shows the luxurious side of whatever that family strives for, what they take to be important. And then Ziatora's Proving Ground, it seems like the ragtag one of the group, the outcast, the kind of underworld kind of person. And I think that the artwork and all these kind of really show the personality of whoever this character is that we're supposed to be attached to. And I think that all of that is thrown out the window as soon as you step into the borderless arts. I kind of hate all of these. It kind of loses the flair of a land, loses the flair of the personality of these groups of people. It kind of just zooms in on their crests, and they it looks like they just copy pasted this little dude at the bottom looking up at whatever this thing is. It doesn't seem like I don't know. They're obviously very beautiful. Just loses all the kind of personality that they were going for. Make it say Raffine's Triumph, and then these kind of emblems kind of make sense, I guess. It has that stylized, oh yeah, whatever. It's got the three colors as the palette in it. Cool. But when you're naming it like the tower, and there ain't no tower in it, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. The skyscraper bordered versions of them, they're all pretty cool. I like the graphics in it. They made it more geometric and the artworks and stuff. And that's a part of the art style that I really enjoy from this set. And I definitely think that, especially Xander's Lounge, any bar that has that kind of the squares with the booze in it, with the lighting behind it, is so cool looking to me. I love that kind of design, and that card, super cool in my opinion. Anyways, moving on from the land. So we got one last new card. The only, new card outside of those triomes. We got the Broker's Ascendancy. This card, I instantly saw it, and I just groaned, because I know Tyler's going to be putting it in his Atraxa Super Friends deck, and that means I'm going to have to play against that deck more often, and I'm not hyped for that. But we'll dive into it. Green, white, and a blue for an enchantment. Beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. Bustin'. It's good. 3 mana, you buff all your stuff, get all your planeswalkers yoked. Great card. Beyond this, it has a really, really cool alternate art. I think people are not going to like this art, but I really love this art. The rhino. Look how different that rhino is. It's so freaking cool. All the circles, everybody's face is basically circle. It's all super, super stylized, and I love this kind of artwork. I grew up with my mom having these old antiques and posters of drunken pink elephants. I guess it used to be some old bartender thing, and they're in martini glasses, and they're hanging out with whiskey bottles and stuff. And the art style of those all kind of remind me of this Broker's Ascendancy alt art. It's so cool. Brings back some childhood weird nostalgia. So I really like this artwork, and I'm hyped to see what the rest of the set looks like, because if they're looking that good, and they got some cute rhinos like that, I'm into it. I'm down. Even if it's in a Tyler's Atraxa deck, I'm down with it. Last but not least, they got some. They released the new packaging for the set. I don't care about this. It's garbage. It just takes up your whole garbage bag basically when you get a box. But I will say the collector booster. It's really cool looking. The shiny looking artwork on it and the color choices they picked. I enjoy it. It's kind of like the shirt. You know, me and Wizards, we got similar tastes. But yeah, that's all the new stuff we got this week. I think the rest of the stuff is going to be coming out at the end of the month, maybe next month a little bit. So until then, stay schnazzy, drink lots of coffee, enjoy your cocktails at night. Maybe check out the AFZ podcast recipes, and we got the new Kamigawa Part 2 coming out soon. So be hyped for that. Till next time, guys. Cheers.